Smash Ultimate is the pinnacle of the series. It's loaded to the brim with characters and stages, but Nintendo also packed the game with a ridiculous abundance of details. Here are some of the best. Costume details. First and foremost, those among us who are still woefully lamenting the lack of Waluigi can take some small solace in Mario sporting a very familiar purple color scheme. Meta Knight also has some nods to other absentee characters with some color schemes that represent Kirby villains Galactonite and Dark Meta Knight. Not only is Pokemon Trainer back in both boy and girl versions, they even feature alternate color schemes that call back to older Pokemon games. Subtle, but extremely appreciated. Speaking of Pokemon, Incineroar features a Big the Cat color scheme. Zelda is sporting a new look tailored after Link Between Worlds, but she's not the only one who brought a new outfit to Ultimate. Check out Sheik, a mysterious and completely unrelated character. Sheik's new outfit looks a heck of a lot like the Sheikah outfit Link wears in Breath of the Wild. Could Sheik have been Breath of the Wild the whole time and we just never noticed? Talk about stealthy. If you thought all the costume references were just going to be to old or other games, you're gonna have to think a little bit bigger than that, like Nintendo does. One of the alternate Inkling costumes references Specs, a character from the Splatoon manga. Bet you weren't expecting that one, huh? Oh, you were? Okay, well then let's get into stages. The water in Smash stages isn't just for show, it's directly an environmental hazard for characters who are H2O adverse. Charizard, Incineroar, Inkling, and Sonic all take damage in water. Charizard and Incineroar are fire types, so that makes sense. And Sonic, well, I guess he just hates the water levels as much as we do. The Battlefield stage has been a series standard since Melee, or since N64 if you count Dual Zone. The Ultimate version is looking sharp as ever, and if you look in the background you can see 4 other floating islands, which appear to be a reference to the past 4 Smash Bros. Games. This stage has a cool eclipse that occurs in the middle of the battle. That's all. I just think it's cool, is all. Just check it out. It's pretty good, I like it. The Saffron City stage from the original Smash is present, and you'd think with all the work they put into the 100+ stages in Ultimate that they might update it. Instead, they went the extra mile to keep it exactly the same, even down to the same Pokemon sprites popping out of the doors almost 20 years later. Dungeon Man from Earthbound appears in the Earthbound stage Magic Hand, and by appears, we mean he's completely hidden unless you zoom in with the photo mode to find him inside his dungeon. If you look closely, you'll notice the ray gun item features a backward smash symbol on it. This itself isn't so impressive until you read the item description, which makes it extremely clear that this is for the purpose of burning the Smash logo into the flesh of your competitors. Even the items in Smash Bros have dark lore. And now, character details. The cinematic that introduced Metroid villain Ridley was a shock to the Smash community, mostly focusing on the character seeming way too big to fit into the roster, but if you pay attention, right after Ridley crushes Mario's windpipe, you get a quick reference to a shot from one of Mario Odyssey's first big trailers. And if you want an in-game Ridley reference, let's talk about how after Ridley's final smash, you can see Samus' ship crashing off in the background. There, do you see it? It's tiny, but it's extremely dead. Namco Bandai's got 2 games about giant deadly balls. Although Pac-Man's the only playable character, he does also have a neat reference to Katamari Damacy. And just when you thought you'd have to go back to PlayStation All-Stars to get a Tekken character and a Smash-alike, here's Heihachi 2. The Koopalings have been demoted from the role of Bowser's kids in favor of Bowser Jr. in recent years, and back in Smash 4 they even had to recycle Bowser Jr.'s hammer. But they're finally getting out of their shells and getting their due in Ultimate. The Koopalings each have their individual wants from their previous games. But do they have their father's love? Well, jury's still out on that one. Since the introduction of Peach in Super Smash Bros. Melee, Toad has served one purpose in the series: to be an unwitting meat shield for his princess. It never really looked like he enjoyed his royal service. Well, that all changes in Smash Bros. Ultimate, which sees Toad willingly throwing himself in front of Peach. Sometimes a simple attitude adjustment makes a shitty gig a good one. Like dying for royalty. How much is he getting paid? After the whole Kojima-Konami debacle, it seemed that the character of Snake may have been banished to the land of shoddy survival games and pachinko machines. But it seems like Nintendo lured Konami back with a healthy hunk of licensing money. Just one tiny concession had to be made. Snake's character logo is now the series staple exclamation point. It seems that the old character logo is just a little too close to Kojima for Konami's comfort. Simon Belmont's win pose is cribbed straight from how everyone actually played Castlevania 1, impatiently jumping into the air and spamming the whip button while waiting for the next stage to load. If you haven't figured it out by now, Nintendo is all about tossing in every series-loving niche reference they can, but sometimes they combine them. King Dedede's seemingly extremely random cage match missile barrage final smash is actually a cross-reference to Kirby Superstar Ultra as well as Kirby's Block Ball. 2 for the price of 1 and still just a weirdly violent final smash. I love it though. In theory, Mr. Game & Watch should be the easiest character to animate. After all, he's a 2-dimensional character with limited frames of movement. Even so, Nintendo went the extra mile. In Smash Ultimate, Mr. Game & Watch still juggles his opponents for his throw move, just like always. But now the ball he juggles is the stock icon for the corresponding character. When Pit gets tossed off the top of a stage in Ultimate, we're treated to the hilarious line, I never learned how to read. While this seems like a non sequitur joke that raises a lot of questions about the literacy of other Smash characters, it's actually a reference to, well, just another non sequitur joke from an older game. Everything's just from older games, folks. And like, so what? I don't know how to read. You think I'd be on YouTube if I did? Link's not only got a Breath of the Wild look for Smash Ultimate, he's got an updated moveset as well. The hookshot is replaced with some remote bombs, but on top of that, the Master Sword now resembles the size of the one in Breath of the Wild. And better yet, when Link is at full health, the sword now shoots out wave beams in classic Zelda fashion. His final smash also features Guardian arrows, and as a little bonus, Link can now pick up arrows off the ground after he shoots them, again, just like in Breath of the Wild. When we said the only major change to Snake was the replacement of his icon, that wasn't entirely honest. An important piece of the character has been famously nerfed for the new game. The butt piece, specifically, the butt's different and small. Patch the butt. Patch the butt! And speaking of Metal Gear and human anatomy, Paz shows up in the game as a spirit and equips you with a ba-bomb. That's right, your family-friendly brawler's here to remind you that she infamously died of a vagina bomb in Ground Zeroes. Thanks, Nintendo! Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is filled to the limits with cool details, Easter eggs, and secrets, so be sure to hit subscribe so we here at Dorkly can keep you up to date on all the cool stuff that we're finding in the games. Also hit subscribe because I like it. When the number gets higher, it makes me happy. I'm happy when the number gets higher. Simple, really, it's all it takes. It's the only thing that makes me happy.